Hey YouTubers, Nygma19 here. So this is going to be my episode 20 review for Gotham, Under the Knife. As always, I'm going to start with the recap, give you my overall rating, and right into my top 5 moments. So starting with the recap, the Ogre calls Gordon and threatens to kill someone he loves if Gordon doesn't stop the investigation. Gordon and Bullock investigate the first victim of the killer and later discover the Ogre's true identity as Jason Skolimski. To his horror, Gordon realizes that the Ogre knew about him from the charity gallery, which Gordon visited a long time ago with Barbara, meaning that she is the target. Gordon then learns from Selina that Barbara is not home. At his apartment, the Ogre shows Barbara his lair. Meanwhile, following the incident with Reggie, Bruce and Selina attend Wayne Enterprises' charity ball, where Selina steals keys from Sid Bunderslaw, one of the directors who sent Reginald Payne to Wayne Manor. Cobblepot allies himself with Irish hitman O'Connor with hopes of killing Maroni. However, Maroni pays a visit to the club where he reveals to Oswald's mother that her son is a killer. Oswald swears to Maroni that he will pay. Nygma tries to protect Kristen Kringle from her boyfriend Tom Doherty, but goes too far when he stabs him a dozen times and has a psychotic breakdown. So overall, I'm giving this episode a 9. This episode is probably going in my top 10 favorite episodes, maybe top 5. We get to learn more about the Ogre in this episode. He was the son of a butler for an older woman. Jason believed that the old lady was his real mom and demanded to be placed in her will. The old lady rejects him and Jason decides to kill her. Jason had a really messed up face, like an ogre type face, so he went to this cosmetic place to get his face fixed and met his first victim in his search for the perfect girl. The Ogre did find his match with Barbara, and I feel like part of the reason for why Barbara was thrown in the mix of this arc was to be that girl that the Ogre finds. The other reason was to pretty much just close up her story arc. By the first couple of episodes, Barbara went on this massive left turn when she was revealed to be a bisexual and drug addict. That's pretty much why I dislike her character. That and the fact that she's this damsel in distress character, which I find really annoying. I would have preferred for Barbara to stay on the sidelines forever, but that's never going to happen because every show will want to put their main cast in the spotlight at some point. And Barbara's pretty much getting her spotlight for the next 2 episodes. Hopefully she dies because that will do me some justice. If she lives, I don't know where her character could even go, so hopefully she dies. It seems like she's going to die because she's in the hands of a serial killer, and if she dies, that could probably add something to Gordon's character going into season 2. He may have put the Ogre behind bars, but he had lost someone that he once loved. So let's talk about Nygma. In this episode, he straight up kills Miss Kringle's boyfriend. I wouldn't say that he's the Riddler yet, I would say that he's on the right path now. When Miss Kringle was with Flash, we got teasers to how Nygma could become the Riddler because he loves this woman but can't be with her because of the men she's attracted to, and now he finally takes a stand and is being guided on this Riddler path. Think of Nygma before this episode as a car driving on regular streets. Now Nygma has made his way to the highway in order to get to his final destination, which is the Riddler. Once Nygma starts dressing up in a green suit with a question mark cane and drops riddles everywhere, then we can call him the Riddler. I say the question mark cane is a little bit too comic booky, so I wouldn't really go there. Kringle's boyfriend called Nygma Riddleman. Think of that name as like how Oliver was called the Hood in season 1 of Arrow, and then the Arrow in season 2. And how Barry was called the Streak for the first part of season 1, and then he was called the Flash for the rest of the season. He just hasn't gotten to his comic book counterpart. By the second season, we'll see the full-on Edward Nygma Riddler. So, now onto Easter eggs, but really just one Easter egg. They followed up on the plot on how Bruce didn't kill Reggie, but Selina did. He said that he would never cross that line, so that's just a reference to how Batman doesn't kill criminals. Bruce in this episode got the key with Selina's help from Bunderslaw, so in next week's episode we'll figure out what Wayne Enterprises is hiding. I do believe that Wayne Enterprises is like the show's way of introducing the Court of Owls. We'll find out next week. Hopefully they are the Court of Owls because that would be really cool. So now to top 5 moments, starting with number 5, Bruce and Selina steal Bunderslaw's key. I like to think of this scene as Bruce using his public identity as a disguise, like he does in the comics. Most superheroes use their identity as a hero to get info. Bruce Wayne is the mask for Batman, considering that Bruce is more like Batman than he is Bruce Wayne. So Bruce uses the Bruce Wayne identity to get info so he can go out as Batman to solve the crime. In this scene, Bruce is Bruce and Selina is more like Batman, just doing the dirty work. At some point, Bruce will end up doing the dirty work as Batman, but that's a long ways ago. Number 4, the Ogre finds his match with Barbara. I do really like this moment where he just tells Barbara that he's the girl he's been looking for and how much alike they are. This scene serves more as a way of building the Ogre than it does for Barba. The Ogre probably going in my top 5 favorite villains this season, judging by this scene. Number 3. Maroni uses Oswald's mom as a weapon. He did this just to mess with Oswald, but he really got himself into a much bigger mess. This scene just reassures us that Oswald will defeat Maroni. Now it's like the flame Oswald's going to set Maroni in is going to be much bigger than it was intended to be. Number 2. The Ogre's origin explained. I really love how there were cutscenes to Gordon and Bullock interrogating the Ogre's father, and then Bullock telling Captain Essen the whole story in a more simplified way. This was a very creative and unique technique in revealing a villain's origin. I want to say that they could do this all the time, but then it wouldn't be so unique anymore and it'd be really annoying. And my number 1 moment, Nygma kills Miss Kringle's boyfriend. So, here's my question for you guys. What are your predictions for next week's episode and the finale? Just leave your thoughts down in the comments below and subscribe for my review of episode 21 and episode 22. Subscribe to my other channel, JediKnight450, and follow me on my social platforms to stay updated. The links are down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.